What's going on, everybody? Matt Manduke here. I am at Parvin State Park. Oh crap, I left the back door open on the van. I'm actually going to show you Parvin State Park, and what I want to do is give some tourist information to people, because a lot of people, even in the local area, aren't familiar with this, and that is somewhat unsettling to me. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. I want to show you some talking points about Parvin. There are plenty of people who actually do know Parvins, and that includes people who aren't local. However, if you're not familiar with South Jersey, then this is definitely a place worth seeing. It is one of the more beautiful and larger state parks in South Jersey. And what is in front of you here, I'm at Thundergust, and this is a public restroom, which people are known to stop at just to use the restroom. They do have the canopy here. They will rent that out for parties. I've been to parties here. There is a canopy over there, and they'll rent that one out too. If you want both of them, they can do that. And there's a park here. Now, it's not the only park within this state park, but this is a little one, and it's a little bit more secluded because on the other side of the park is the beach, and in the summertime that beach is really bumping. There's a park. Well, I'm going to show that stuff to you. I'm going to go ahead and take a hike around Thundergust, and I'm going to show you some of that. Thundergust is more likely to show wildlife within Parvins. There is a mated pair of swans who have been here for years. I actually used to have a pet snapping turtle that I let loose here when I could no longer take care of it because it was getting too big. And there's a lot of turtles in Thundergust. It's a very nice trail. It's not a very long trail, and that's something that kept in mind if you come out here for a hike. Thundergust Trail is very small. There is a network of trails out here, which are a total of something like 30 miles. There are equestrian trails, as well as biking trails and hiking trails and jogging trails. There's a little bit of something for everybody out here. This is the Swans Nest. It used to be a little closer to the middle, but it's not. And you can see he's headed back to the nest, probably because familiar with me. He may not be entirely headed back to the nest, but she is sitting on her egg. There's fish in the water. You have a license, you're allowed to fish in the pond. You're also allowed to fish in the lake, but you do need to have a license in New Jersey. Now, within the cabin area, there is a beach. It's not much of a beach for swimming and whatnot. It used to be, but I don't think it is anymore. But there's a sitting area. It's a big opening here where you can, your kids can play and whatnot. And you can sit and enjoy the lake at these benches. Also, if you turn behind that, over there in the trees, there is another play park. There are swings over there, and there's some slides and whatnot for the kids to play while you're enjoying cooking or whatever. It's not too far from the cabins. This cabin over here is much bigger and newer and nicer, but somebody's in it, so I can't go and check it out. Around June, I always like to come out here to Thundergust so that I can see the baby toads that are always around. They're on the trail, and they're those little ones that are smaller than your pinky nail. To me, they've always been cool, even when I was a little, well, actually from when I was a little kid, they're really cool. I used to find them in my grandparents' backyard. The ranger station is actually right there, and then not far from the ranger station, around the corner, they have this wooden deck built, and I'm approaching that now. There are quite a bit of turtles in Thundergust. Musk turtles. Oh, there's some sunfish there. But yeah, you get this wooden deck, and it gives you a nice view. The pussy willows are starting to overgrow, but that's not a problem. Some sunfish are out in the water right there. I don't know if you guys can really see them. Sometimes they're in the light spots. I see them there. There's actually a bunch of them. Bluegills. Over in that region, there's actually a dam, because there are no natural lakes in New Jersey, so they're all formed by dams. And that dam, a lot of times you'll see turtles on the bottom of that. If you don't see them otherwise, sitting on logs and whatnot around the lake, because they're cold-blooded animals and they have to sunbathe in order to keep their temperature up. Let's see if we can't see any turtles in the water. Oh, there's a giant bullfrog right there. Alright, so you can make a right just before you get to the tent camping area, and it'll take you out to this picnic island, and I believe they rent that out too. There is a canopy out here, and there is a nice view of the lake. There's a couple fire rings, and there's a water pump. I don't believe there's any electricity though. Coming off the island, at a slight left, there is a bathroom. I'm actually going to head in there just so I can show that to you. There is an information spot where it tells you about the Island Point picnic area and the history that goes with it. These are all over the place, especially in state parks. They're almost everywhere. There's some history that involves the state park itself and how it became a park. There's also these kinds of things that inform you about the different plantations, sometimes wildlife. This is the Blackjack Oak. Alright, so the lighting in here is natural, but I think there actually is lights. Yes, there's lights. Alright, cool. Bathroom's pretty basic. Sometimes I've been bit by mosquitoes in here before. It's not like it's fully sealed off or anything, but there's electricity. There's a sink. There's a urinal. And for a men's room, there are 2 stalls that are generally fairly clean. Somebody didn't flush in there. Maybe they did, and that's just what color the water is. One's handicap accessible, the other one's not. I don't like the acoustics in here. There's a hand dryer. But if you're in a situation, it's much cooler in here too, and I think that's just because it's tile. Alright, and now we approach the tent camping area. I see there's a car over there. It actually looks like possibly a Honda Insight. There is a water pump, and I want to say there's roughly 40 campsites, but this is what you get at a tent camping site. There's a hanger to hang your trash bags. They don't provide the firewood, somebody left that there, but there's a fire ring and a picnic table, and that's all you get. There is a toilet somewhere around there. These people must be somewhat local. They're not actually camping here, they're just here. But they're spread out kind of. There's a few on the lake, there's a few not on the lake. It depends on what you want to do and how you want to do it. Alright, in the tent camping area, there's a playground that has a couple slides and some other like jungle gym type stuff, as well as a swing set. Off to the side, there's a gazebo, which doesn't actually have any picnic stuff in it. And then there's a bench by the lake. It's something to do. If you're here for the weekend, you can keep the kids busy playing at the park. I like the way that pine and cedar are growing almost entirely together, and they're weaved all the way up. They're not entirely different kinds of trees, but they're both still alive and they're working together to live. So I'm actually going to put this gray piece of stone, which might actually be granite from the looks of it, on the dash as part of the story for today. So from the trail, you're actually very close to the road. This is actually the front of the park. And what's on the other side of this fence here, which is beside me, you might be able to see that. That's a park. There is a huge beach area. You can swim in it most of the summer. And I believe they want you out of the water by 7. Alright, so this is actually the off season, so there's nobody here because the water's still too cold. But to the left, that's where the concession stand is. To the right, that's where the park that I just talked about is. And out here is the actual beach where there's a lady suntanning, and I won't disturb her. But off to the side, there's another park. There's plenty of grill spots, and there's a parking area behind me here. There's almost always a park ranger near this facility. There's first aid. There is an information center, and I believe the main office is also here. There may even be a gift shop. I actually just read the sign that says the footbridge is out, and it does not look like it's actually out. I wonder if I can get around it. On the other side of that footbridge, which is hopefully reconstructed by the time you get to it, there is a gazebo. This isn't really an island, but it feels like one while you're walking the trail. And it seems like the White Bridge is also under construction. I've never seen this boat here before, but I'm sure it has something to do with it. The White Trail is under construction and would be a trouble to cross, but I'm going to cross it myself because there's enough of it there to do so. And then I'll have to go around that gate as well. Yay. It's not in horrible condition. Here it's very cool as the breeze really picks up across the lake, and it'll chill you off. That's part of the reason why I go this way, because I'm almost done now, and like I said, this will cool you off. On the far side, on the other side of the road, there is actually some really good fishing, which It really picks up the water. Sometimes you can see turtles on the bottom of there, but not today with the way the sun is hitting. I really can't see anything through there. And sometimes you'll see birds. Oh yeah, I can see them now. I don't know if you can see them on screen, but birds actually come up here and catch bugs as they come over the dam, which is fairly entertaining. Just past the dam, there's a parking area. This is actually just a little bit further down than Thundergust parking on the main road. I really like that van. And all right, and then almost back to where we rejoin with Thundergust. There is this bridge here, and at this bridge there's a little pond. I see a squirrel on the other side. You almost definitely see squirrels out here. But there's oftentimes people fishing here. It's still a little early in the season for fishing because, like I said, the water temperature is still a little low, just like it's a little low for swimming. But the swimmers push the fish in this direction, and the fish like it over here. There are turtles over there on that log. If you come out here on a sunny day, you're almost definitely going to see painted turtles. You may possibly see some musk turtles if you look down at the dams. Like I said, you will almost definitely see squirrels. You will see some sorts of finches. You might see a gold eagle. There is always a chance anywhere in the woods of seeing box turtles, which is the eastern box turtle, as we are in New Jersey, and that's what's here. And I am coming to the end of my hike, so I want to thank everybody for watching. And if you enjoyed this and you want to see some of my other tourist attractions, trips, and adventures, you can check out this playlist here. Or if you aren't interested in that, you can let YouTube pick something out for you over here. I want everybody to click that subscribe button, click that like button, and as always, I will see all my friends later.